Okay. Hi, everyone. Today we're going to conquer binary subtraction. But before I begin, can I ask that you click on the like and subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of our videos. Also, don't forget to click on the link below to access the binary subtraction worksheet so that you can practice based on some of the examples that I'm going to share with you today. Okay, so binary subtraction. This is again similar to binary addition in the sense that it probably carries about 2 marks per question. It starts off nice and easy. However, throughout the course, you will come across subtraction, but it goes into more depth, especially when we're looking at decimal numbers, so floating point binary. I'm not going to be looking at that today, but that's something for you to think about. Starting off nice and easy today. Denary, we're going to start with Denary subtraction, so your simple maths. I'm going to give you an example, okay? Now, this will help for in terms of thinking about how binary subtraction relates to Denary subtraction. So, just a random set of numbers, 654. Take away 26. Okay, now, couple of things that we need to think about here. 4 take away 6 we can't do, so we borrow from the column on the left. 5 is reduced by 1, okay, so that becomes 4, and we borrow the 1. Now that, because it's denary or decimal subtraction, that 1 is worth 10, okay? Okay, so here you've got 14. So 14 take away 6 is 8. 4 take away 2 is 2, and the 6 just basically comes down into our answer. So that's 628. Nice and easy. But the key thing that you need to remember is the borrowing. Base 10 means that when you borrow, that 1 is worth 10. Okay? With binary, it's base 2. So therefore, when you borrow, it's worth 2. Okay, so let's have a go. Oh. Keep doing that. Right, so I'm going to give you an 8-bit binary number, 0011, 0101. Take away 000, 100, 11. Now, as I said with binary addition, we will not convert the 2 8-bit binary numbers into denary. Some people I know are very tempted to convert them into denary, do the subtraction in their head, and put the answer in binary. If you end up doing that, you're never going to show you're working out if you're borrowing. Okay, so do avoid that. You will reduce the number of marks that you can achieve by doing that. So let's start. And remember, we're always going to start, if it was addition as well, we start from the right-hand side. So 1 take away 1, simple maths, is 0. Now here, you've got 0 take away 1. Now, we can't do that, so therefore we need to borrow. We cross that out, that's just going to subtract by 1, so we're going to replace that with a 0. And now, because it's base 2, I'm just going to put 2 here. Okay, it's quite simple. So 2 take away 1 is 1. Now remember, it's base 2. Just keep that in mind. I've had students ask questions about, you're using binary, which is made up of zeros and ones, so how are we putting a 2? Now that's just for working out. It's only for working out, okay, is why there's a 2 there, okay? You could have 2 1s, it doesn't really matter, okay? So 2 take away 1 is 1, 0 take away 0 is 0, 0 take away 0 is 0, 1 take away 1 is 0, 1 take away 0 is 1, 0, 0. So that's your answer, okay? You'd get 2 marks for this, 1 for the correct 8-bit binary answer, and 1 mark for showing you're working out. All right, let's have a go at another one. Now, they are going to get slightly more tricky, so just make sure you're focusing. Okay, the 0 take away, obviously you can't do, so you borrow. The 1 becomes a 0, you bring the 2 over because it's base 2. 2 take away 1 is 1. 0 take away 0 is 0. Again 0. 0 take away 1, you can't do, so we borrow again. That becomes 0, base 2, so we bring the 2 over. 2 take away 1 is 1. 0. Again, we've got some borrowing here. 0 take away 1 we can't do, so we borrow. Base 2, so it's 2. 2 take away 1 is 1, 0, 0. A bit more working out there, but again, you'll get 1 mark for showing you're working, 1 mark for the correct answer. Okay. Right, let's have a go at another one. 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1. Now this is going to be a little bit more difficult, so just brace yourself. 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. Okay, now, there's something going on here. 1 take away 1 is 0. Now here, we're going to borrow. But as we've done in Denary maths, when it comes to subtraction, if you can't borrow from the column on your left, then you go further to the left. Simple maths. Okay? 0 take away 1 we can't do, so we go to the column on the left, but we can't borrow from there, so we go further to the left, and we borrow from here. That becomes 0. This is a 2. Now, we are now going to borrow from this column. There's a 2 there, so that becomes 1. But when it comes over into the column on the right, that's still worth a 2, as we did before. 2 take away 1 is 1. 1 take away 1 is 0. 0. 1 take away 0 is 1. 0 take away 1 you can't do, so you borrow. 2 take away 1 is 1. 0. 0. Okay, this would probably be 3 marks. Okay, you may well have 1 mark for the first 4 bits, another mark for the other half of your answer, and another mark for the working out. It could go up to 3 marks, if you're lucky. Because again, this should be easy marks. And 1 more to practice. Okay. So, a little bit more. I mean, this is as challenging as it's going to get when it comes to 8-bit binary subtraction. So, 1 take away 0 is 1. 0 take away 1 you can't do, so you go to the column on the left. There's nothing to borrow, so you go further to the left. Cross that out, that becomes 0, and you bring the 2 over again because it's base 2. And now we're going to borrow from here, so the 2 becomes a 1. And when it comes over towards the right-hand column, it's base 2, so it's worth 2. 2 take away 1 is 1. 1 take away 0 is 1. 0 take away 0 is 0. 1 take away 1 is 0. 0 take away 1 you can't do, so you go to the column on the left-hand side, but there's nothing to borrow, so you go further to the column on the left-hand side. You borrow from there, that becomes 0. And here we brought 2 over. We borrow from here, so that becomes a 1, and here you've got the 2. So 2 take away 1 is 1, 1 take away 0 is 1, and 0 take away 0 is 0. And there you have your answer, again worth 3 marks potentially. So, fairly straightforward. Again, I emphasize that, make sure you click on the link below, practice the questions, because without practice, it's just like maths, you just won't improve. And in the next video, we'll start looking at negative numbers. Okay.